Welcome to Inside the College. I'm Dr. Maggie McMenamin, president of Union College of Union County, New Jersey. My guest for today's episode is the chairman of the Union County Board of County Commissioners, Sergio Granados. Welcome, Chairman Granados.
Thank you very much for having me, Dr. Hem.
This is not your first rodeo. I know not on this show or as the chairman of the County Board of County Commissioners. Last time around, you were a freeholder, and I know one of the big changes is the change in name from freeholder to commissioner. But before we get to that, a question that my viewers always ask, and certainly the students here always ask, is how did you get to where you are? So could you give us maybe a little thumbnail tour of your life and your route to becoming a county commissioner and now chairman?
So, it's one of the great things we always talk about. No matter what age you are, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. And something I set forward. When I was 16 years old, I started with my first nonprofit, joining the Lions Club and Leo's Club within Elizabeth. I went on to start at 18 years old, my own nonprofit organization that basically brought together youth and giving back to the community.
So you knew from the beginning that you wanted a job in public service?
I wanted to give back to my community as much as possible.
That would be your future when you were 16, 18 years old?
Yes.
All right, where'd you go to school?
So I went to Union County College before, and then to King University. I went through the Elizabeth Public School system growing up.
Wonderful. And public administration major or history or government? What was your major in school?
So for bachelor's was business management, and then for master's was public administration.
Wonderful. Because we have some aspiring elected officials here among our student groups. Occasionally I meet someone who says, I'm going to be the mayor of Elizabeth, or I'm going to be the governor of New Jersey. So was commissioner or freeholder the first elected position you had?
So a lot of people ask that question.
Yeah.
And it was the very first position I held was becoming a county freeholder, a county commissioner now. So the way it originally worked out was that I was going to go for a councilman seat in the city of Elizabeth in the first ward. And my grandfather ended up having a heart attack 2 days before I was supposed to make the final decision to replace a councilman who was outgoing, becoming councilman at large. So for me, family is extremely important. And I would never want to go into something doing a 50% job.
Sure.
I'm going to give something, I'm going to go all in. So for me, then I took time back and stayed with my grandfather, making sure he got recovered, was recovering properly. And then a year and a half, 2 years later, Mayor Bowage was like, would you want to run for county commissioner, county freeholder before? Because we want to, liven it up, bring new blood into the whole system. So I was like, 100%, I'm all in.
Good. I know Mayor Bowage well, and he's a good judge of character, that's for sure. So tell us, now you've been a commissioner or freeholder for 10 years now, yes?
Just about 10 years,
Just
yes.
about 10 years. And I know you were one of the youngest county commissioners in the state of New Jersey. I think representing maybe the torch being passed to the next generation of certainly political leaders, and you are one of our big political leaders in the county. Tell us about your role as chairman. What are you doing this time around as chairman? What are some of your initiatives? We talked about them before, but tell the audience about some of the things you want to focus on this year in your role as chairman.
So this year's theme is building a stronger Union County, because at the root of everything is our residents in Union County. So anything we can do to make sure we strengthen them, empower them, and make their lives a little easier, we're trying to do.
Well, I know coming out of the pandemic, it was a struggle, although our county led the state in terms of our response to COVID, whether it was testing or vaccinations or food relief and emergency relief for residents, but certainly rebuilding our county and rebuilding our approach to things in the county. What kind of initiatives? I know that some people are still struggling financially and that many of the supports are gone these days. Tell me about the rental assistance program.
So we know many individuals are facing tough times of foreclosure, being evicted from their apartments. And it's not any fault of their own. It's because, job market, they're, couldn't find a job. They're struggling. They're trying to get past the post-COVID era. But our county commissioner board, as part of one of my initiatives this year, is allocating $10 million for tenant-based rental assistance. Any individual can apply across the county. We pay up to 9 months worth of rent, 6 months backwards and 3 months forward, and helping out tenants, basically recover and provide that, additional assistance they need for making sure they're staying inside their apartment. And that's not only helping out the tenants, but it's also helping out the landlords of those households because, end of the day, they still got to pay their taxes, still got to pay mortgages. So that's helping them making sure that they get the funds to pay those items also.
So it's a win-win for the residents and for the landlords.
Yes, it is.
So that's immediate assistance. But in terms of job training and certifications, I understand that the county is launching a new initiative with a portal with access to those things so that hopefully people won't need the rental assistance in the future. Tell us about that.
So through our American Job Center and through our Workforce Development Board, which you serve on also, Dr. M, we're kicking off a new portal that's going to be in partnership with the Department of Labor in making sure they're providing over 400 different job opportunities, courses in over 350 different job sectors across that are in demand currently, certification programs. And that leads us into this coming May, we're going to have 2 summits that are geared towards large businesses and small businesses and making sure we talk to our employers across the county and saying, you know what, we have so much talent here in Union County. We want you to hire Union County residents.
So the Commissioner Board, and you as its leader, the chairman, you're investing in the training so that folks don't need help. They'll be able to go out and get good jobs.
Exactly. And, one of the things we see, too, is that, there's a lot of courses that take place between like 9 to 5. So what we're going to do is create partnerships and working with our local libraries, community centers, and providing training, even if they want to go in to a location from 5 to 9 p.m. on weekends to give people who are working 9 to 5 those opportunities, still get those additional courses.
A pathway for economic mobility provided by our Commissioner Board. It's outstanding and it's inspiring, certainly. Another sector of our population that certainly struggled during COVID was our senior citizens. I know that's one of your emphases, and family comes first. You brought it up, your grandpop, right from the beginning. Tell us about some of your initiatives for seniors.
So we have 2 initiatives that we're launching within the past 2 weeks. We've launched them. One is a program that we're providing free tax appeal services. We have a county council office that's going to work with residents in helping file their tax appeal applications. We're also going to help cover those fees for anyone who's eligible for both seniors and veterans across the county.
So that's like property tax appeal for senior citizens who are worried about losing their homes.
So one of the main things we see, and one of the things I've had a major feeling about, is that, I want Union County homeowners to stay in Union County.
Amen. Amen.
We know the prices of homes have been going higher and higher every single year. So this is a way we can try to provide an opportunity to have them stay within their households by helping lower down some of their taxes.
We had a visit last week from Congressman Menendez on our Elizabeth campus. And several of the students asked him about affordable housing and that was one of their issues. So I know that if it's impacting our students, it's got to be impacting our seniors as well. Another segment I know you have a soft spot in your heart for are veterans, those individuals who have served. Are those tax appeal assistance, is that being made available to them as well as the seniors?
Yes, the veterans also 100%. Our veterans have given so much to our country. So this is a way a small part, in a way we thank them for everything they've done and making sure they stay in their homes, which leads us to another program we're going to be kicking off, which is basically individuals who are 100% disabled and also senior citizens who qualify, a $500 rebate check that the County Commissioner Board is going to be providing to these individuals coming in May.
Wonderful. Fantastic. We invest in our people. We invest in our community. I hear from students all the time, and the younger students particularly, talking to me and to our administration about our green initiatives. There's certainly this generation is focused much more than generations in the past about sustainability, climate change, and preservation of our planet. I recall the last time you were in the chairmanship, we had a Union County Green Initiative. So how's that working out and what are we doing now?
So we're expanding it this year. We have Union County Means Green, Union County Dig In, which is a program that provides gardens to local communities, urban communities across the entire county, both suburban, urban, and showcasing that you don't need a large plot of land to be able to produce vegetables, different items. So one of the greatest benefits of it is working with our school districts. We made sure that we tied in that 30% of the produce grown within these gardens had to go back to a local food pantry or people in need. One of the things that schools have been really inventive with is, having lotteries within their schools and giving it to some of the students and families who are in need. We've actually just been notified that Union County has the largest urban agricultural program in the state of New Jersey, which is amazing to see that,
Congratulations.
Union County has a great program going on.
It's great. It's fantastic. Now, as we move forward for the future, I always think about the arts as well. There's such a focus on engineering and math and science and technology for the future. But we at the college, at Union College, we also recognize that the liberal arts are important, performing arts, fine arts. I know that the county's invested in the Union County Performing Arts Center in Rahway. You and I serve on that board, and it's an absolutely spectacular venue. I hear there's going to be maybe some big events coming up in the future there. I'm trying to give it a plug here.
So this is definitely a brainchild of our county manager, Ed Oatman, who's thought about creating a Hall of Fame.
A county Hall of Fame?
County Hall of Fame. We have so many great individuals who came from Union County, and to basically be able to recognize them and let them shine and showcasing throughout the state of New Jersey of such great talent here in Union County is something we're trying to do. We have a New Jersey Hall of Fame, but creating our own Union County Hall of Fame is definitely going to be a precious jewel of our county.
So maybe that'll be hosted at the UC PAC?
It'll definitely be at the UC PAC. Our UC PAC continues to shine with additional performances, events. We keep talking about every single board meeting that Hamilton Stage, hopefully, by summertime, it will be fully ready to go after the Ida,
the flood,
etc. So UC PAC has taken on great performances. We're also kicking off a summer program that's going to work with theatrics to bring in individuals across the county who want to be more involved in the arts for a free program.
Wonderful, wonderful. Our guest for today's episode has been the chairman of the Union County Board of County Commissioners, Sergio Granados. And we've talked about not only his past and his path to his chairmanship now, but we've talked about many of the initiatives spearheaded by the chairman and the Board of County Commissioners. Initiatives around sustainability and green science, serving our veterans and our senior citizens and our citizens with disabilities, and also addressing needs of homelessness and post-COVID era challenges that many of our residents have faced. Chairman Granados, you make us all proud and you inspire us to be better public servants every day. Thank you very much for joining me this morning.
No, thank you for your leadership.
God bless. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back to Inside the College. I'm Dr. Maggie McMenamin, president of Union College of Union County, New Jersey. My guest for this segment of the show is Brittney Mack. Brittney is a fundraiser in the Union County College Foundation. Welcome to the show, Brittney.
Thank you, Dr. McMenamin. I'm happy to be here today.
Well, we're thrilled to have you here because you're one of the people who helps our students in a different way. You're not a teacher, you're not one of the professors in the classrooms or one of the coaches or advisors, but you're a fundraiser, and we've learned about all kinds of needs that our students have. Tell me about the foundation and your fundraising activities.
Yeah, so we have two big events that we have every year to help raise these funds. We have a scholarship golf outing and also a gala. So through these events and a Close the Gap cocktail reception, through these events we're able to raise funds for our students that are in need. And we've done that for scholarship and student support. But over the years we realized that there was more of a need for student success initiatives.
Like I know you have scholarship funds because I have one for my mom and in my mother's memory and one in my brother's memory. But for what other things do you raise money?
So we have everything from food insecurity, emergency funding, veterans assistance. We have the Women 100 Project, Close the Gap, Inspire the Future, which is for Hispanic students, and Close the Gap is for African American students. So we raise these funds for students that might need help immediately.
When you said food insecurity,
yes,
tell me about the pantry?
Yes, there's a food pantry on campus. We help students with meals, with lunch, whatever they might need. Also, if there's someone that might need grocery bills or they need something paid, we're there to help them. Do they need rent assistance? We can help them with that. So we're there to meet the immediate need and make an immediate impact.
So grub passes, what are they? What are the grub passes?
So
if one of our viewers wanted to
Yes.
help with this, because it breaks my heart to hear people are hungry.
Absolutely. So the grub passes, you're able to actually give directly to the foundation through the Food Insecurity Fund, and then we're able to work out with the cafeteria where they actually give these students the funds to, get lunch or get whatever they might need, and it's not put out there so they don't feel uncomfortable, and they're able to meet their need, and they continue, focus on what's important, focus on their education, and they don't have to worry about where their next meal is going to come from.
Now, you mentioned something called the Women 100 Project.
Yes.
So tell me about Women 100.
Yes, Women 100, very near and dear to my heart.
You started that,
yes,
correct?
Yes, we
Okay,
started
good.
it last year. We had a goal of raising $10,000, get 100 women at $100 each, to make an impact. But since we've launched it, we raised over $40,000, and we've been able to help so many women.
How? What did you use the money for?
So we used the money at first just for scholarships. We actually launched a single mother scholarship. That single mother scholarship helped women that, needed that support to get over the finish line, to cross the finish line, to focus on
Pay
their
their
school.
tuition?
Yes. So we started with that. After that, we were able to expand it out, and we went into emergency funding. Just before the holidays, there was a woman, that single mother, she needed help. She needed help to pay for babysitting. This is an immediate need, right? She might have had to drop out from school. We were able to help her. We were able to help her right on the spot. So stuff like that. Another woman, she was displaced from her home. She's living with her father. She has, children. She has stuff in a storage unit, about to lose everything. She wasn't able to store it anywhere. We were able to ensure that she could keep that so she could focus on school. All she said she wanted is a better life for her children, a better way that she can make them proud. And we were able to do that through the emergency funding.
Well, this has been an inspiring segment, as our segments in the past have been. But how do you become a fundraiser? Just tell us a little bit about you. Where'd you go to college, and what did you major in?
So actually, crazy story. I went to Rutgers University for my undergrad. I
Well, first, where'd you go to high school?
Oh, Linden High School.
So you're a Union County product.
Yes.
Wonderful. You went to Linden High School.
Born and raised.
And then you went to Rutgers.
Then I went to Rutgers. I majored in sport management. So I was going to go into the sports field, which I did, but I kind of geared towards the foundation world. So I worked for Madison Square Garden, for the Garden of Dreams Foundation, which was a foundation to help, make dreams come true for kids facing obstacles. So it's in me. I like to make a difference. I like to make an impact. So I was there for a few years. Once I was done with that, I said I want to come back home. I want to make a difference, and I want to make immediate impact on the kids that I know, because I used to be a substitute teacher. So I know half the kids when I would come in here, right? So now, being back here, I've been here for 8 years now. I'm able to make an impact on, people that are from my hometown, are from Linden, are from Union County, and that's why I'm so passionate about it. You have to have passion in order to be a fundraiser. You know what I mean? You have to have it in your blood. You have to want to make the difference. And that's what I do when I come into work every day. I want to change somebody's life, and that's why I do what I do.
Thank you for being here with me this morning.
Of course.
And thank you for the work you do every day
My
to
pleasure.
help us transform our community one student at a time. And in your case, very often that one student is from Linden, New Jersey.
Absolutely, absolutely.
My guest for this segment of the show has been Miss Brittney Mack, a fundraiser at the Union County College Foundation. She is a lifelong resident of Union County, Linden born and raised, and is now helping the very people in her own community overcome the obstacles that they face in earning their degrees at Union College. Thank you for your work, and we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Inside the College. I'm Dr. Maggie McMenamin, president of Union College. My guest for this segment of the show is Miss Emma Laffey. She is one of the social workers here at Union College. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Dr. M.
You know, my twin sister is an MSW, so I have a very high regard for the work you do.
Thank you.
Now, we've spent some time in this show learning from the chairman of our commissioner board about many initiatives that they've launched to help the citizens of the county in this post-COVID era. Rental assistance, food assistance for seniors. Tell me about your work as a social worker here at the college. What kind of things are you addressing with students?
A few of the main issues and challenges that we address as social workers tend to be towards the students' basic needs. So food insecurity, housing insecurity, or homelessness, which unfortunately we experience a lot with our students. Clothing, we have a Owl's Boutique, so we help students get clothing that don't have enough. We have a food pantry on campus that we help students access. We also have transportation services.
What do you mean transportation services? Tell me about that.
We have a connection with New Jersey Transit where they provide a 25% discount for students at our school to access bus passes, train passes, and we help the students get linked up with them so they can have a discount, whether it's coming to campus, coming to both campuses, 3 campuses, and back home safely.
Now, I understand the college has some transportation vans as well.
Yes.
That were gifts of the Westfield Foundation.
Yes.
What are they used for?
So we have a shuttle service that takes the students to and from the 3 campuses, so the Elizabeth campus, Cranford campus, and Plainfield campus. And it's a shuttle that takes free of service, which is unbelievable for our students, to help them get to their classes on time and safely.
How about the train station? Is there any, I know in Cranford it's about a 1.5 mile walk.
Yes, the shuttle also drops and picks up students at the Cranford train station, and luckily the Elizabeth campus is right across the street from the Elizabeth train station.
Now, I know that the Food Bank of New Jersey is located right here in our own county in
Yes.
Hillside. You mentioned that we have a food pantry. Is that apart from, or how is that linked to the food bank in Hillside?
We have a great partnership with the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. They help stock our food pantry, and right now it is a free service. So we order whatever we would like for the food pantry, and we stock all 3 of our pantries on the campuses. And they also work with us with helping students apply for SNAP, which is also known as food stamps. They come to campus and they help students apply through the whole process, because it's a very lengthy, heavy process, and they help students get SNAP services.
So the food pantry at the college, any student can take advantage of it? What do they have to do?
They don't have to do anything. They come see the social workers on campus and ask to visit. We don't do no questions asked. You know, there is a stigma with any services like these, and we try to break that stigma by not asking questions, not advertising it. Pretty confidential. They come in, take what they need, and they could be on their way, and they could come at any time.
Suppose a student is hungry right now. I know there's stories here on campus of one of our vice presidents, Dr. Nacco, finding kids eating out of the trash cans. Mm-hmm. So what do you do for them? I'm hungry today, right now.
If the student is hungry at that moment, we take them to our food pantry, and because the food is more to bring home and cook on stovetop, if we have microwavable options, we give that to them, and they could go microwave their food at the cafeteria, or we also have a grub pass.
Tell me about the grub pass.
The grub pass is a little voucher that is used free of service to them, and it is used at the cafeteria, given a certain amount of money, and they can buy lunch in that moment if they are hungry.
So who pays for that? I mean, I know it's be a boundary issue if a social worker were to pay for that. So
yeah.
How is that funded?
It is funded through our HERF fund, and it is free of service for the students. It does not come out of our own pockets due to boundary reasons, but it is funded by our generous foundation and our donors.
Fantastic. That's wonderful. Give me an idea. Do you run into issues beyond housing and food insecurity, other issues, perhaps mental illness or domestic violence, those issues, are those among the challenges that you face with your students?
100%, very unfortunate, but we are lucky to work with a lot of partners in the community that help students who are experiencing domestic violence and or homelessness also. I do work with a lot of students who suffer from domestic violence, and we help them get a safe and healthy environment.
So what community agencies would you partner with for something like that?
One of our biggest partnerships is with the YWCA in Union County, and they help us kind of hand in hand on how to get a student who is experiencing domestic violence counseling, job opportunities, a safe haven. I'm currently working with a student right now who is in a safe haven with them. They provide social workers, mental health counselors, and anything they need to have that student be safe and continue on with school. That's one of our most important, aspects of helping students, is keeping them in school so they can have, a well-being in school and outside school.
And earn a degree, hopefully.
And earn a degree and get them going.
We know that their lives will be transformed once
Yes.
they get that degree. That's wonderful, terrific. Now, I know you mentioned the foundation, and one of our guests is Brittney Mack from the
Yes.
foundation. Tell me about that partnership between the social workers and the Union County College Foundation.
We are very, very close. We work hand in hand with them because they work very hard to help us keep these programs working and they help us fill our food pantries as well. And we also have feminine products through the foundation that Brittney has a partnership with Girls Helping Girls.
Is that part of the Women 100 initiative?
Yes. So what we have in our food pantries are free feminine products such as pads, tampons, feminine wipes that we have for free for our women students, which is crucial because of how expensive they are in our stores, in our drugstores.
We're coming out of COVID. It's 2023 now, and I can't believe that it's lasted this long, but almost 3 years later, we're still in this immediate post-COVID era. Mm-hmm. Are you seeing differences in how students are today versus how they were pre-COVID?
We definitely see an increased, heightened mental health struggle with our students, whether it's anxieties, social anxiety. They've been virtual for almost 2 years, and then they're expected to come back and sit in a classroom with 20 plus students who they haven't spoken to in face-to-face before. So we're seeing a lot of heightened social anxiety and depression as well.
Anxiety, social anxiety, depression, all challenges that we all need to overcome in this post-COVID era.
Right, exactly.
My guest for this segment of the show has been Miss Emma Laffey. She is an MSW social worker here at Union College, helping our students to address a multitude of challenges from post-COVID anxiety, depression, and social anxiety to food and housing insecurity and domestic violence issues. In partnership with organizations like the YWCA of Union County and the Union County Board of County Commissioners, we are able to help many of our students here overcome these challenges. Certainly, the Union County College Foundation has taken a lead role in addressing the food insecurity, transportation challenges, and housing insecurity issues that our students face. Emma, thank you for the work you're doing. It's God's work, and you truly are transforming our community one student at a time. God bless you, and thank you.
Thank you for having me.
I'm looking forward to seeing each one of you again next time on Inside the College.